So it's been an exciting week. It has been. Oh, so the new Clerks free trailer is out. Hey, all right, you guys remember Clerks? Remember that franchise? I do. I mean, I did rewatch Clerks 2 recently, and like all the other Kevin Smith films that I used to like, I don't like so much now. There's something kind of there, like from like the first Clerks to the second, and before that, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I don't know. There's a lot of. It just feels like those films don't really work so much as films. Sometimes the characters are done right, and there's some good lines, but with the new Clerks too. Yeah, some of it just seems downright childish, and I really can't be bothered with it, you know. But hey, all right, we got the new Clerks. I watched the original one as well, and I'm like, well, this is kind of the funniest out of the lot, and the least annoying, and the least kind of like, oh hey, in jokes and references to the other films. It's like, really get sick of that shit as well. Just like, can you stop with the self-referencing? Well, this new one now is very self-referential, but hey, that's its MO. But yeah, the original one actually gets the characters wrong, because it is a bit like, oh, you know, you're just watching two people talk for like 10 minutes, and it's actually not that funny. Like, a lot of it's just like people airing out their relationship problems, and yeah, man, no, I'm down with not watching that. I'm down with not watching that crap. I'd rather watch Dirty Work or Happy Gilmore or whatever, an actual comedy, rather than just like this. Especially when you have like Dante, who's like, it was okay in Clerks 2. Like, he's not that annoying, and he does have like a legit relationship issue where he wants to leave with his wife, and like he hates his job. He's like, oh, I work at a fucking fast food place. This is bullshit, but. You know, but he doesn't like his wife, and he feels like, isn't he working in corporate or whatever? I don't know, man. Who even gives a shit? But that's fine. But in the first movie, like, his relationship is bullshit. It's just like, oh, I'm going out with this hot chick, but there's this other hot chick that wants to go out with me as well, but she doesn't really care, and the other one's nice, but it's like, what fucking chicks are going out with you, you douche? You fucking just whingy cunt. There's a lot of that in Clerks 2 as well, where I'm just watching it like, oh my god, can we just get on with the fucking... Like, you're just having like this relationship issues just inked out for like 10 minutes in the film, peppered a little bit with like, oh, you know what, you can't suck your girlfriend's big clit anymore. You got like these little sexual, scatological jokes, but they're not really jokes. They're just like, so what the shit are you gonna do about that, or whatever. It's just like it's just like swearing, and that's it. And it's like, I need an actual joke. Stop it with the... It does feel like those films, particularly the second one, have to come to a halt because they can't do comedy and drama at the same time. Yeah, so anyway, I'm looking forward to the new Clerks. The Clerks movie. Yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh man, I mean, I have to watch it. I guess I will. I'll fucking watch it, man. I mean, yeah, I didn't watch the Jay and Silent Bob reboot or whatever. I do get the feeling that like Kevin Smith, it seems like maybe since his career started, although maybe more like in the early 2000s, around the time he was making his podcast. Maybe he still is, but you know. Because I used to listen to that podcast a bit, and I really cracked the fuck up laughing at it sometimes. There was like, Kevin Smith seemed like a really funny dude who's just naturally just spitting it out there, and he doesn't care what he says, and he's just got these like weird, gross, but really funny, just like making your bros laugh kind of shit. That's why his podcast, the Smodcast, was like so cool. And also like the evenings with... they'd have, I watched a few of them where he'd just be standing there like introducing a film for like an hour and a half, and it's like that hour and a half of him introducing or talking about the film it is funnier than the film itself, unfortunately. And actually it does seem like a bit of that ended up in his films, like in Clerks 2, where he has like here's what the Lord of the Rings films were like, and it's that whole gag, which is funny. I remember there's one line in that movie where the guy's like, "Hey, faggot, they're not gay, they're hobbits, all right?" And then he goes up to Dante and he's just like, "Yo, I just made a Lord of the Rings fan puke all over the cash register." Yeah, that was some good stuff. And then the whole porch monkey bit in the... that's some funny stuff. There's still some funny stuff in those films. Oh, man, I'd love to see that in the new Clerks. I want to see, actual jokes and actual shit that's like, coming out and making me laugh. But anyway, with this new Clerks free trailer, I went to look it up, and as I did, I went onto YouTube to look for it, and the first video that I saw there was a trailer for the new Nathan Fielder show, The Rehearsal. So I was like, oh, now fuck Clerks. So I clicked on that and watched that, and I'm like, just some Synecdoche, New York vibes coming from that trailer. I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks kind of like maybe that episode of Nathan For You where he plays a guy who does the tightrope. You know, that whole episode where he's like pretending to be a guy and he like wears his face, like a prosthetic face, and then goes out on a date with a woman and like gets him a girlfriend and pretends to be him as... Yeah, I don't know. I'll find out soonish. I can't wait to torrent that fucking show. Because, man, I might get a VPN. I don't know. Anyway, so I watched that. But then before I watched this Clerks free trailer, I remember, like, when when Clerks 2 came out, on the Something Awful website, they had this page called Truth Media where they would review shit and it'd be, like, really negative. But it would also be, like, really... They would get things wrong. Like, on purpose, you know. They would just... And then it confused the fuck out of me. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like... The way they try to like dig into like the Clerks movies, they keep like they had a joke in this joke review where in the Clerks 2 movie they would have a bit where Randall is like cutting up tomatoes and he's like, "Oh, these tomatoes, I can't cut them, they're rotten. Ugh, rotten tomatoes sucks." That kind of thing. Haha. But that's pretty funny, you know. So I just read through that review for old time's sake, and then watched the this new trailer, and it did kind of feel like that review is making fun of the wink wink nudge nudge, like, or having all the sound effects and everything, which it's not the Clerks 2 didn't really have that, but it did have that wink nudge, like, hey, ooh, referencing this grievance that we have, ooh, look at the camera and. I think there was, they had another joke about that where like the characters just like look at the camera and, which I don't think literally happens in Clerks 2, to be fair. I think that review did preemptively give that movie a little too much shit, but I think enough of that shit is justified when you watch the movie and how, self-referential and just like, oh, I'm supposed to be here, oh, I assure you we are open, Just like, you know, aping your previous jokes rather than inventing new ones that you... Like doing the sort of thing where you come up with catchphrases and shit and you have the fans saying them and you're like, hey, yeah, but I'm not going to keep going on to them, you know. I mean, I think The Simpsons was kind of that way where obviously The Simpsons had its catchphrases, but they weren't like, all right, we're not fucking doing this every show. And then they started to make fun of it when that show got more meta. But yeah, as for this new Clerks free, look, what it is here is like, you know, movies or whatever is burnt down. Isn't that right? And then they go back to the Quick Stop. I think they buy the Quick Stop, so they're fucking running it. I don't think there's a movie rental thing there. So there's no movie rentals. But they're making a movie about working there. They're making the Clerks movie in Clerks 3, which I kind of have mixed opinions about. I mean, the good thing about that is that it makes it a movie. It looks like it's got a plot. I don't know. No, that sort of thing can be fun, but it sounds like a double-edged sword, and it sounds like it's just going to be, again, like the referencing, and maybe even referencing very specific parts of behind-the-scenes details. I don't know. I actually should watch the trailer again, because I fucking forgot. Wait a minute. Alright, just watching it again. Yeah, it does seem to be what I was just complaining about before. Yeah, I forgot, like, that there does seem to be these very specific in-jokes. Like, these very, like, it seems like Kevin Smith feels like he has, like, a big cult. And that's been occurring since, like, the first movie. But it's a pretty sizable cult, really. And he's like, I got the Clerks 3. We're gonna do a road show around the country. Woo! I'm gonna be at every screening. Yeah, we're gonna have Jason Mewes and Silent Bob and all your favorite characters. Whoa, you get to meet the cast and all this kind of crap. And then you have, like, the audience, obviously, every time Jason Mewes says Snoochie Boochie, the crowd goes apeshit and starts murdering each other in a fucking rage, a fanboy rage. Yeah, it does feel like it's not creating anything new. It's like just referencing. And like I say, very specific references like, something about Star Wars and Disney and being like, I can't put that. But remember that conversation we had in Clerks 1? But that's a movie. but maybe we should put it in the new one. Oh no, we'll get sued by Disney. Like, at least that's like, there has been a change. At least the thing is, like, it's them making a movie, but set in modern times, So there's that difference. But and then they referenced the bit where it's like, you're just gonna kill me off, woo, like referencing the alternative ending. That was more like a Sundance, film festival ending for the original Clerks. And it's meta, but it's not funny. Like, they literally say in the trailer, he's like, I'm gonna make a movie about working at Quick Stop, and he's just like, meta. Like, you need a joke, and then he's like, what if we make a sequel? A sequel? What am I, a hack? Yeah, it's just look, I will reserve my judgment over here until, like, to be fair, an actual movie is out and I have seen it, I guess. I'm not saying that, like, I'm just saying you can judge a movie based on nothing, but you shouldn't judge a movie based on the trailer, because maybe that was a shitty trailer that just had no jokes at all, that just had nothing. And by the way, there's a bit in the trailer where, I know it's just the trailer, but it's just the bit where it's Jay, and he's like, Snoochie Boochies, and that was like literally a bit in the Clerks 2 review, fake review that I was reading, where it's just like, he just keeps saying Snoochie Boochies and just tries to get the crowd to laugh along. Or whatever. Fuck it, man. I guess I'm just gonna have a fucking I'm gonna watch it just so I can have a review on this cunt podcast. Anyway, speaking of shitty things, but Eminem has I'm just, why am I talking about this fucking guy, man? Just Eminem. Well, the reason I'm talking about it is because, like, I got the Revival review coming up. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've been listening to Revival and studying it like a bloody scholar, and it is, I think I'll make it. I don't think I'll die listening to it, but oh boy. But I guess because I keep paying attention to Eminem, like, I do recognize the things that he's been doing recently. Like, he had, I don't even know what to say about it, but just like the new songs on the Eminem Show reissue, it's like the best thing he's done in ages, and you're just like, well, these are just older songs. But that one song that he has about the party, which is just like, hey, I got all my friends at the party, woo. It's like, it kind of lyrically and thematically, it peters out towards the end, but it's like kind of a fun song, of just like the kind of songs that Eminem used to make, where it was like just about partying, but you know, it's like but like it's got good rhymes, funny shit going on, some clever lyricism there, and rhymes and schemes and all this. And it's, I guess the sort of thing is like, you know, Eminem doesn't have to like, the hook in the chorus is like catchy enough, but it's back when like Eminem didn't need to just be like in the chorus and just having a dirt dead, uncompelling bullshit chorus that's just. I'm sorry, I'm having revival flashbacks right now. It's just eating me up inside. Oh god, it's fucking terrible. Yeah, it's just back when Eminem could just have fun, you know. Like, you know, you listen to, like, I don't know, Without Me, the chorus isn't him trying to actually sing or having a bullshit singer come on and sing terribly, almost as bad as him, but not quite as bad. It's not that, it's just him just being like, just being a goofy, still being able to put in some, like, you know, some clever, you know, cultural references and how he plays a part in the culture and all that kind of thing. That's what we love about Eminem, you know. Kind of like jerking himself off while bringing himself down at the same time and getting into like his alter egos and everything. You know, back when Eminem was fun, you know. I mean, he could be serious back then. He had his serious songs, but they worked. But this is all just bullshit. And then I found out just recently that he has he has another greatest hits album. He has another one. In fact, the original one, Curtain Call. This one's called Curtain Call 2. It doesn't even seem to, judging by the album cover, it doesn't seem to play into the like the theme, the visual theme of like Curtain Call, like, you know, when he made, this is starting off with Eminem Show. It's like, haha, the Eminem Show, it's all about me, and haha, everyone wants to watch me suck my own dick and everything, and kill myself. But then there's Encore, which was like, kind of flirting with like, that he's gonna like, you know, no longer be doing it or whatever. And then Curtain Call, you know, I don't know, it's just, and on all those albums had like curtains on them. They were all like sort of tied together. There was a theme. But Eminem these days doesn't understand themes and having a concept for your album. He throws it together. He says like, hey, Marshall Mathers LP2, and look, it's like a similar album cover to the first one. Or it's like Music to be Murdered by, ooh, horrorcore. But no, it's just still a bunch of songs. A bunch of songs. Which that go against the theme, that go against what he's trying to do with like having a concept for an album. Fucking idiot. Even with like his greatest hits, it's just like, he should have called it Greatest Shits, because it's going to be a bunch of shit music. It's going to be like 3 good songs and then just shit, like Godzilla and Stronger Than I Was. I mean, he's got songs off of Revival that are going to be on this bitch. What is that? Nowhere Fast, River featuring Ed Sheeran. Fucking cocks. Like, if Eminem was doing what he does now, but back in the 90s, he would have horseshit acts like the ones that he would make fun of, like NSYNC and Christina Aguilera, on, like, doing guest verses or singing the chorus. Fucking idiot. Fucking, like, is he a sellout? Like, I guess. How much money do you need, Eminem? Fuck's sake, why are you even putting out another fucking greatest hits album? Oh, it's unbelievable. So this one's gonna cover basically all the albums that I've been reviewing. Relapse onwards. And like I said about Relapse, that album, like, obviously when it comes to greatest hits, they only include the singles. They don't include deep cuts usually. But I mean, but that's the thing with Relapse, is that the singles on that sucked. They were fucking terrible. But the deep cuts were good. And would I say the same about Recovery? Yeah, somewhat. I'd say that about all his albums, aside from Revival, because that shit sucks all the way through. Oh god, tune into my Revival. It's funny that it's called Revival because it makes you fucking feel like you're dead with no chance of being revived. And then the song that he's like attaching to this, as like, the new song to go with that you usually have with a greatest hits album. I forget what it's called, from the D12 to the B4. It's a collaborative song with Snoop Dogg. And I take it that, judging from the music video, he's just made the song so he can promote his NFT or something, and so can Snoop. Oh, God. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Eminem needs... he doesn't need... Fuck that guy. I don't care about him and his shit music nowadays. But it would be nice if he had some no-men being around him, just being like, Eminem, that's whack. Can you maybe not go with that? This sounds like a bad idea from the jump. You've had fucking a plethora of bad ideas. You've still got good shit. You're a fucking machine. You're a factory, but you're still putting out... You're still the same Eminem. You still got, like... that. It's still coming through at times. Every now and again, you get a decent song or a good line or a fucking whatever. But he just needs to, like, work for, like, 3 or 4 years, get some good producers. I don't know if he's producing the horseshit that he's doing, but just get some good producers, maybe some kind of, like, newer, maybe, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Eminem should really just throw it back. Get some, like, old school sounding production, Because honestly, his best sounding work is the Slim Shady LP. But yeah, like, do that. Work like very finely on the lyrics, and just try and... I feel like he's certainly like got... Obviously, he's actually quite excellent as a lyricist at times, but sometimes it's just the songs, like the concepts of them. It's just like he doesn't really grasp like having an entire piece, not just an album, but like in general, what it is that he is. Like, what the fuck is he now? He kind of had an alter ego before. Then the alter ego was Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers, and Eminem got, like, kind of shuffled around. But at least you understood that, and he rapped about it. But now he seems to be just, I'm just Eminem, lol. But, like, what the fuck are you? Like, are you doing horrorcore? Sometimes? But no. So, you need, like, a bit more of a... Like... Look, you don't have to have a concept for your album. Slim Shady LP and Marshall Mathers kind of do still. But if you just want a bunch of songs, then fine. But just call the album Some Rap Songs if you're going to do that. Rather than, like, trying in total fucking vain to just be like, curtain call, but there's no curtains on the album cover. That just bothers me, man. It bothers me. Don't call it the same fucking thing. I don't know, man. And this new song sucks. This new song that he has with Snoop is bullshit. He's rapping about smoking weed. He's been rapping about not smoking weed for like 10 years. Well done, Eminem. I'm not even going to joke about you breaking your sobriety so you can be a good rapper again. Hey, good for you, you fucking piece. But that's fine. At least that's genuine. You had your time. You had your few albums where you rapped about doing drugs, and now you're like, I don't do them anymore, so I can rap about not doing them, but missing them as well. And whatever, you can do all sorts of things. But now he's just like, the weed smoker, roll up a blunt, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not genuine. And who cares? What the fucking... We got enough of Snoop Dogg and Jack Harlow, or whoever the fuck is out now, rapping about smoking weed. That's been done for 30 decades now in the rap game. Like, oh, God. Why don't you rap about how you're a fucking... lost $400,000 for your NFT, you fucking... It would be better for you to do crack again than deal on the crypto market these days. If I had a son, I'd rather him smoke crack than deal with NFTs. And was there something else? Oh yeah, and it's always something else. And he has a shit cunt song that's promoting this fucking Elvis movie. Like, what is this? What is this? Why is there a rap song promoting the Elvis movie? Why? Eminem joked about being like raps Elvis because he's, a white guy doing black music. Haha, that's funny, and that's like, aware, but you're also kind of doing it in a way where you're like, I don't care, I'm making money of it. Woo! Haha. But now it's like that they've taken that joke and gone, oh nah, but seriously, bro, CeeLo Green. Woo! Oh, man. It's frustrating because he doesn't just suck. It's not just, oh, you suck now, fuck you. It's like there's just this speckle of like, I don't know. I should just give up. And I feel like I will give up. It's like Edgar Wright. Well, actually, it isn't like him. But it's like, for the longest time, I kept watching his new movies being like, maybe one day he'll make a movie that I'll like. And I watched Last Night in Soho and I'm like, no, I'm done. You can make whatever you want next. I'm good. I'm not watching this shit. And I feel like if, like I'm saying, if Eminem fucking knuckles down, focuses on a concept, even if it's a lack of a concept, even if it's just, what is it that you want to rap about now? Because I swear to God, even with some of the songs off Revival, lyrically, you're like, you know what, you're kind of rapping about something new, or you're progressing a narrative that you've already built up. That's cool. So what are you going to... Or you could just rap about nothing and just have a bunch of ha-ha funny rhymes that are genuinely funny and not just cringy bullshit like, ooh, a pop off that, like a pop off the a pop off like a popper, ooh, I'm popping like the drug, that you take, oh, when you pop it, ha-ha, I'm popping, oh, pop a collar, ha-ha. Oh my God, all this word association and bullshit. It's bloody awful, man. But if he can do that and just put together like a proper album, because if not, I'm not listening to the album that he releases next, after the next 4 albums that he releases. Alright, anyway, Revival review, coming up. Oh man, I feel like I've been on like such a big Eminem rant, and now I've got a massive one to go now, but... Okay, I know on this podcast, like, I keep going over issues, like, over and over, and that's because they keep happening, and I don't mean to. I don't mean to, like, keep reiterating the same problems, but the same problems keep occurring in my life. Okay, can someone, I'm begging, please, Lord, if you're there, if there's anyone out there listening to my plea for help, could anyone... tell me how I can make Bing. How do I make Microsoft Bing fuck off and fuck off forever? Because I can't keep doing this. And I keep opening up my fucking Firefox and it's like, Bing! All your tabs are gone, you stupid cunt! Ugh! And then I can just click on the thing and restore tabs. But I still get that heart attack. Where I'm just like, ah! And there's no reason for it because Bing, it's like, it's not just useless. Like you want to say it's useless. It's not useless. It's a fucking burden. It's burdensome. It can go away. It's not a necessary evil. And it needs to go away. And it needs to get off my computer because it's acting like a virus. And I click on my shit. Not just Firefox though. Like Chrome and everything. It's just like, hey. And then it's like, it keeps changing my shit. Like, It changes my settings. It changes my fucking settings. It's going in there, and it's like I want to have it like so that I have Google as my search engine, and I have like if I click out like it restores my tabs. It fucks with that. It fucks with that. What the fuck are you doing? What are you gonna do next? Change my blender settings? Are you gonna change the settings on my toaster and my TV? So every time I turn on my toaster, it's like, oh, Bing! Hey, Bing, we changed all your shit. Oh, am I gonna go to work, but I have a different job now because Bing changed my fucking job, changed my gender, changed everything about me. Oh, fuck off, Bing! Fuck you! Fuck you, Bill Gates! Get the fuck out of here! First you vaccinate me, now you want to change my settings on my web browsers? God damn it! Why do I have to keep going for this mini heart attack when I see this shit? Oh my god. I think I just gotta live with it. I can't live like this. Fucking Bing, what are you doing? Go away. I'm trying to delete you. I'm trying to just, how do I like find it on my computer and just click on it and delete and uninstall? Oh my god, I can't deal with this. Oh my god. Like, I've been through this bullshit like 5 fucking times now. And now it's happened again. Stop. God damn, I need this cancer to go away. I don't know. I gotta try and figure this out because I thought I did figure it out. I thought I was like, okay, I'm done. I got rid of it. I've deleted it from my computer because I don't know how to find it. If I try to search like Bing, like maybe it's, I don't know. Is it this? Because I'm just searching for shit, right? I'm not opening up anything. Wait, what is this? Oh, actually, I think I do have a web browser here, and it's called Bing. It's the Bing... Is that right? Fucking tell me. No, it's Microsoft Edge, for fuck's sake. Anyway. I might as well delete Edge. I might as well delete Microsoft off my PC. And then kill myself. Put a fucking gun in my mouth. Pull the... cock it. Pull the trigger. And have the bullet go... in that top part of the roof of your mouth, blast through it, blast the fuck through my lizard brain, splattering brain matter, skull fragments, and plenty of fucking blood out the back of my head, have my head turn into that sloth from Ice Age, and my eyes are just bulging out of my head, the top of my head split open, and I'm just going, oh, and I got blood pouring out of my mouth. I am fucking dead right then and there. My dog's like, everyone around me is like, oh, Jesus. I'm just sitting there, completely dead, lowered my gun, just going, blood pouring out my mouth and the back of my head, and blood splatter everywhere. Nasty fucking scene, gun still smoking. If that's what I gotta do to uninstall Bing, then I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't give a shit. I am not seeing my 32nd birthday if I have to fucking deal with you, Bing, again, you piece of shit. Now, you know what? Fuck this defeatist attitude. I'm gonna find Bing and I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna find out where it is and I'm gonna delete it. I'll never be able to do that. Who knows, but Bing one of these days will probably take over the world, and I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's worse than COVID. Anyway, on to... Fuck, man. I'm seeing red. I'm literally seeing red. I'm like hallucinating right now. So I sold a few things. I haven't been selling much, but I put these new things on recently. I tried putting my Pokemon cards on Marketplace. I spent the longest, months of procrastinating, trying to find out their value. They're basically all worthless, apart from that one that came with the cheese. Remember Dark Chameleon? The card came with the cheese, so you had to, and you saw it in the store, you're like, Mom, buy this cheese! So I did that. That's worth like $40 or not even. And no one's bitten. Fuck. But I did sell my Pokedex. Hooray. So that's gone and whatever. And then I had a cassette player. Because I bought a cassette player recently. Because I had these cassettes that I used to make with my Talk Boy. Like I had a Talk Boy, you know, the Talk Boy from Home Alone 2. I got it as a Christmas present. So I made a few tapes with that. But I must have done like a lot of recording over. But anyway, I only had 2 tapes worth. But yeah, it was just cool to listen over with them and be like, back when I was 10 or 12 years old and making these ass tapes. Yeah, whatever. So they're digitized now, so that's cool. And then I sold the tape player for $10 less than it was worth. But before, when I sold that vinyl player, I sold that for 10. So I've made no money. I made no money, and I have no money. This has been the David Morgan Brown Experience, episode 54. It is 9:23 p.m. the 14th of July. When I say this time, I don't know why I even do it. This sounds like exactly like what I was doing on this Talk Boy. Hey, things don't change from when you were a kid to when you're an adult, apart from the emotional turmoil, which goes one way or the other. Yeah, because I did that, and it's cool. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that in that voice recording on because when I listen back to the tape, I'm like, it's July 2003, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm like 12 years old then. Blah blah blah. So that's cool. Yeah, it's just I'm glad to like get some of this shit digitized. Yeah, I don't know. It's just cool. Oh man, I'm so fucking worked up. Imagine if Eminem released a song exclusively through Bing, and so that all my tabs would be gone. It'd just be like, whoop, all your tabs are gone, and you just have an Eminem song there instead. Like, hey, check out the new Eminem song. I'm biblical with my lyrical. Oh, buy my NFT. And so, oh. Hey, I'm promoting my new album. It's called The Eminem Show 2, and it sounds nothing like the fucking first one. I just want to quickly say this now. Eminem was at his career low when Revival came out. I mean, I know no one's really contesting that. Everyone's like, yeah, we know, dude. You don't need to say it again. But just letting you know. Just letting you know. And just letting you know, Kamikaze really fucked me up because I thought that was a pretty good album. It's good. It's good. I do need to listen to it again and get on a review with that. But that was weird. That was weird to have such a terrible album. And then to have maybe the best album of this stage of your career. Of really like, with Eminem, I guess you split it like between Encore and... when Curtain Call came out. So yeah, you have that. And when Curtain Call came out, they had that When I'm Gone song. And that was a good song. Like, very serious, but, still like a nice little Eminem song, not like corny and just shitty lines, but like very earnest and very, hard on sleeve without being sentimental. Not a shitty sung chorus. Maybe even like holding back like at the right parts, because goddamn, he's just gross. The sentimentalism now. Ugh. Fucking. I hope you're listening to this, Eminem. I hope you're listening to this and you try to figure out how to delete Bing from your computer and you're like, fuck, shit, fuck, get fucking Bing off my computer. And I try to get rid of it, but Bing, when I sing, makes me want to sing with a Bing, ring with a Bing, but that ring on a Bing, sing with a Bing, Bing with a Bing. Fuck you, Bing. And fuck you, Eminem. And fuck you, Kevin Smith. But most of all, more than anyone else in this world, fuck me.